All right, race fans, it's time for our first feature of the evening. Our first feature of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, going to be your POWRi Hornets. We do have two scratches, but I'm going to go ahead and say their names in the lineup. On the pole, going to be the 3M of Bobby Mooney, into his outside the 6 of Dustin Reeves. Row 2, you got the 80 of Jim Cook and the 07 of Jordan Goddard. Row number 3, going to be the 87 of Joe Aiken and the 85J of Joseph Aiken. Row number 4 is going to be the 20 of Justin Day and the 66 of Max Dublin. Justin Day will be forfeiting the feature as he has blown up his motor in the heat race. He is our current points leader as of now. Row number 5, you got the 44 of Laney Dublin and the 28J of Martin Jared Mooney. And row 6, you got the 9 of Max Dunn and the 3C of Charlie O'Neill. And row number 7, all by his lonesome, our second scratch, the 12M of Corbin Mooney. All right, race fans. 15 trips around, lights are down. Oh, we're gonna hold off. We got another Hornet coming onto the track. That is the 44 of Laney Dublin. All right, we're going to stack it up. And we're going to be green flag racing when they come out of turn 4. 15 trips around. Championship night here at the Mighty Midway. Your current points leader. The 2, the 20. He drove 2 different cars this year. But he's your current points leader, Justin Day. He has got an 89-point lead. Out of turn 4, no start, no start. All right, we're going to try it again. Green flag is in the air this time by. As we're going to hustle on down to the 1 and 2. Bobby Mooney, your race leader. Here comes the 6 of Dustin Reeves. Jim Cook going to be there. Jordan Goddard, that's your top 4. It is still, oh, wait a minute. I don't know. That was a close one. Look at the battle back here for 5th between Joe Aiken, Max Dublin, and Joseph Aiken. Joseph Aiken down to the bottom side of Max Dublin there. Your top 4 kind of single filed out, as it is Dustin Reeves, your race leader, Bobby Mooney, Jim Cook, Jordan Goddard, your top 4. Max Dublin now up into top 5 for that young man. Joe Aiken right there, not going to back down. Joseph Aiken down to his bottom side. Jim Cook got Goddard on his outside through 3 and 4. Max Dublin off the power. Max Dublin off the power. That's going to move Joseph Aiken into 5th. Max Dublin trying to get back on the power. Oh, he's going to stop. He's going to park it right there at the bottom of turn 3. All right, Delaware double file restart. Dustin Reeves out front. Bobby Mooney sits in second. Jim Cook to his outside in third. No start, no start, no start. Okay, so the 44 Laney Dublin got really excited and jumped that start. Like, she was full power going into 3. So Dustin Reeves going to be the man out front. Bobby Mooney down on the bottom side. Jim Cook to his outside. That's your top 3. Jordan Goddard and Joe Aiken, your top 5. And then you got Charlie O'Neill, Max Dunn, Laney Dublin, and Max Dublin there at the back part of the field. Down the back stretch and into 3, the field's going to work in. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. Jordan Goddard, Jim Cook, Bobby Mooney trying to make it 3 wide. Whoa, we got trouble back here at the back part of the field. Joe Aiken got wild. Dublin come around. O'Neill was there. It's Dustin Reeves out front. Bobby Mooney. Jordan Goddard moves up to third. Max Dublin, he's got problems. He's off the power, on the power, off the power, on the power. Dustin Reeves, still your race leader. Jordan Goddard going to come up to second. Around the 3M of Bobby Mooney. The 3 car sits in the 3 position. Jim Cook in 4th. Joe Aiken 5th. Top 4 full straightaway ahead of the 5th position. Oh, look at this. Joseph Aiken able to come back out onto the track. But he is not rolling very fast. Oh, now he's picking up speed. And he spins out in 1 and 2. Yellow is out. Yellow is out in turn 1 and 2 for the 85J, Joseph Aiken. All right, we're going to try it again. Dustin Reeves out front. We got them stacked and packed. Jordan Goddard second, Bobby Mooney third. Green flag is in the air. Dustin Reeves goes right back to his line. Jordan Goddard to his, as they're both running 2 different lines and they're both at the front. Bobby Mooney sits there in third to the outside of Jordan Goddard. Flying V for your top 3 out of turn 4. Dustin Reeves leads him on down into turn 3. Jordan Goddard to his back bumper. Charlie O'Neill down in the infield. Bobby Mooney third. Jim Cook fourth. And then Max Dublin and Joe Aiken back here battling for fifth and sixth. Out of turn 4 comes your race leader. The 6 of Dustin Reeves. Jordan Goddard sits in second. Bobby Mooney third. Jim Cook fourth. 3 wide back here for fifth. Max Dunn. Oh no! Yellow, yellow. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. We are red flag. Joe Aiken, Max Dublin. Joe Aiken, Max Dublin got together over here going into 3. Max Dublin went up on his side, smashed into the wall, and come back down. Driver is okay, ladies and gentlemen. Driver is okay. That was awesome. Like, you all were in unison. Like, the claps were, together, and then at the same time, y'all yelled, woo! Oh, I love the crowd we have here tonight. Oh, except for maybe the guy in the pink shirt. So, up there, we're going to get Max Dublin taken care of and get him off the speedway. The young man is okay. That's good news. So, the tow truck going to come over there and give Max Dublin a hand after he got together and made contact with the 87 of Joe Aiken. So, 12 laps down, 3 to go for our first feature of the night. Okay, so for those of you wondering what is going on, that is the little girl in the pink shirt, black. That is Lainey Dublin. And she was not happy with the incidences that just occurred. So there is the 66 of Max Dublin's car on the tow truck. Couldn't tell if Max was in there or not, but can we get a round of applause for Max Dublin? Okay, so from my understanding, the 87 there, Joe Aiken, the blue car, he is going pit side. He has been asked to exit the speedway as he did not stop during red flag conditions. Okay, so we are down to 4 cars. We started with a lot more than that. Jordan Goddard going to be your race leader. Or, no, I'm sorry, just Dustin Reeves going to be your race leader. Jordan Goddard going to be second. Jim Cook third, and Max Dunn fourth. Okay, I'm being told we started with 11 cars. We're down to 4. Jim Cook and the 80 just pulled off the track. So we're down to 3 cars. We started with 11. We're down to 3. Dustin Reeves out front. Jordan Goddard second. Max Dunn third. And that's the field. All right, 1 to go. 11 cars started. 3 remain. It's a gauntlet. Kind of like an elimination race, but instead of 1 every lap, we're like 4 and then 5. All right. Dustin Reeves out front. Jordan Goddard sits in second. Max Dunn third. Here at the champion night, green flag back in the air, 3 more trips around. Dustin Reeves out front. Jordan Goddard trying to run him down, but that 6 car is fast around the mighty Midway. It's still Reeves, Goddard, Dunn. That's your top 3, your only 3. Down the backstretch into 3. Dustin Reeves, your race leader, as he's going to lead them out of turn 4. Going to see the doctor's jacket. 1 more trip around. Final time. Down the backstretch and into 3. Coming out of turn 4, checkered flag for the 6 of Dustin Reeves. Jordan Goddard, Max Dunn, your top three. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up when he climbs out of that car. Down there in victory lane, the 6 of Dustin Reeves. Also, race fans, right now we are taking the top 3 in points. The man sitting in third is also your feature winner, the 6 of Dustin Reeves. Your second place in points. He had 2 different cars this season. One was a 2, one was a 12. Give it up for Corbin Mooney. And your first place, your champion for your POWRi Hornets here at the Mighty Midway. He drove 2 cars as well, the 2 and the 20. There seems to be a pattern with 2s. Give it up for Justin Day. Yeah, you. All right, race fans, I'm going to read you the starting lineup for your POWRi Superstock feature. On the pole is the 56 of Mark Davis, and to his outside, the 112 of Kevin Brown. Row 2 going to be the 16 of Logan Thompson, and the 10C of Jacob Combs. Row 3 going to be the 164 of Michael Muskrat and the 1X of Mitchell Waters. Row 4 going to be the 10 of Steve Beach and the 2A of Ace O'Neill. Ace O'Neill on the track. So the 56 of Mark Davis is being pushed back to his pits before the race even began. So now we're going to reshuffle the lineup. The 112 of Kevin Brown going to be the outside or the inside. We're going to move the 16 to the outside. That's going to be your starting front row. We're down to 6 super stocks. Kevin Brown, Logan Thompson on that front row, down into 3, coming out of turn number 4. Orange cone, green flag is in the air. Down through 1 and 2, they're going to go double to double. As the 16 of Logan Thompson are going to have the lead down the backstretch. Kevin Brown right there in second, Michael Muskrat third. As they come out of turn 4, that's the order. Jacob Combs, 4th. Current points leader, the 2A of Ace O'Neill, 5th. Out of turn 40, you got a new race leader. Oh, it looks like the 16 of Thompson by a hair. Kevin Brown right down there to the bottom side, not going away. They are door to door. Kevin Brown jumps up there and takes away that race lead. The 112 now out front, and he's going to create a little bit of separation between him and Logan Thompson. Michael Muskrat sits in 3rd. Ace O'Neill 4th. Jacob Combs 5th. And then Steve Beach rounds up this top 6 field. Brown, Logan Thompson starting to pull away from the rest of the field as Brown leads it down the front, stretching into 1. Mark Davis able to come back out onto the track. Mark Davis going to have to make up some. He's missing his hood and he pulls off the speedway. Okay. Mark exiting off that last lap after he tried to come back. And out front is that 1-1-2 of Kevin Brown, who's got the 16 of Logan Thompson hot on his heels. Michael Muskrat 3rd, Ace O'Neill 4th, Jacob Combs 5th, and Steve Beach, your top 6. Or should I say your only 6. across sticks. We're going to be halfway home. Halfway home as we are single file kindergarten style right now. Oh, Thompson kind of clipped the infield tractor tire as he was trying to get a run on the 112 of Kevin Brown. Oh no, the tire's on the track. Yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So, our start cone that used to be green got demolished. Now we got a bright orange one. It got clipped by the 16 at Logan Thompson, and then that kind of made it all wiggly wobbly, and then somebody come through and finished the job. I'm being told it was the 10 car. The only problem is we got 2 number 10s out there. So one of those number 10 cars is the criminal. All right, the 112 of Kevin Brown, your race leader. He's going to be out front by himself. The 16 of Logan Thompson sits in second. He's going to go to the outside. That's going to put the 164 of Michael Muskrat down to the bottom side as that's your top 3. Then you got Ace O'Neill, Jacob Combs, and Steve Beach. As we're going to go down into 3, lights are down. Out of 4, green flag is in the air. Kevin Brown trying to stay out front where he was before the caution. Michael Muskrat trying to run him down as Muskrat's into second as they go into 3. Coming out of turn 4, it's Brown, Muskrat, Thompson, O'Neill up the 4th, Combs and Beach. Now, Thompson's got a good run on Michael Muskrat. As they come out of turn 4, it's still Muskrat by half a car. Oh, now Muskrat to the back bumper there of Kevin Brown. Ace O'Neill going to be up there as well. Your top 4 are going to start duking it out. As they come out of turn 4, Brown leads it with Thompson up to second on his heels. Muskrat right there. Now Thompson trying to get a run. Well, he tried. Had a good run through 1 and 2, and then Brown just drove away out of 2. Out of turn 4, new race leader, the 16 of Logan Thompson, has found the line out there on the top side of the speedway. Into 3. Coming out of turn 4, white flag, one more trip around for the 16 of Logan Thompson. Jacob Combs back here battling now with Shane Beach. Out of turn 4, checkered flag waves for the 16 of Logan Thompson. Kevin Brown second and Michael Muskrat third. All right, race fans, time to crown another champion here tonight at the championship night at Mighty Midway down there in Victory Lane. We got our second champion of the night here, and this time it's in the POWRi Super Stocks. When he climbs out of that car, makes some noise and get rowdy. For the 6 of Logan Thompson. All right, race fans. So as our feature winner gets his picture taken in Victory Lane, we got to crown our top 3 in points. We're going to start at the number 3rd position. This young man finished 3rd in our point standings. He is to the right there in the 164 of Michael Muskrat. Your 2nd place for your POWRi Superstock points here is the Mighty Midway. It is the 56 of Mark Davis. And your points track champion for the 2025 season, the 2A of Ace O'Neal. Here comes your POWRi B-Mod feature. On the pole, going to be the 7 of William Garner into his outside. Your current track points leader, the 65 of Chris Jackson. Row number 2, going to be the 2 of Eric Graves and the 47 of Chet Buckley. Row 3, you got the 5C of Brian Cook and the 16M of Brian Myers. Row 4, going to be the 90 of Josh Ferris and the 26 of Evan Groves. And row number 5, going to be the 77 of Jeremy Hazel and the 14C of Cody Crabtree. All right, one to go from the starter stand. Josh Ferris having trouble as he is back here rolling. Down into 3 they're going to go. Out of turn 4. Green flag is no. Just kidding. Out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air this time. Chris Jackson leads down the backstretch and into 3. William Garner right there on his back bumper. Here comes the 47 of Chet Buckley. Eric Graves down and around the bottom side of Buckley. Chris Jackson out front. Garner follows. Eric Graves holds on to third. But Chet Buckley right there. Here comes the 5C of Brian Cook, who's going to be up into the number 5 spot in the 5 car. But he's got Brian Myers to his outside. Buckley to the inside door panel of Eric Graves. Out front, it's all Chris Jackson and William Garner. But they are almost a full straightaway over the 2 of Eric Graves. Chris Jackson going to come across the line. Garner going to follow Jackson. A full straightaway on the 2 of Eric Graves, who sits in third. Chet Buckley back here in fourth. Got his hands full with Brian Myers and Brian Cook. The 2 Bryans going to be beating up on the 47 there of Chet Buckley. I almost called him Chad. Laps are ticking down. Jackson comes out of turn 4, sees the cross sticks halfway home. Chris Jackson out front. William Garner, Eric Graves solidified that number 3 spot. Chet Buckley 4th, Brian Myers 5th, Brian Cook 6th. Then you got a battle back here between Cody Crabtree and Jeremy Hazel at the back part of the field. Getting closer and closer to crowning another champion here at the championship night. Jackson a full straightaway from the back part of the field. So he's got about a half a track lead over second, about 3/4 of a track lead over, yeah, I said that backwards. 3/4 of a straightaway lead over the man in second for Chris Jackson, and then about a straightaway and a half over Eric Graves. White flag, one more trip around, the final time this season for your POWRi B-Mods. Down into turn 3, they're going to go. Out of turn 4, checkered flag for the 65 of Chris Jackson. William Garner second, and Eric Graves third. All right, race fans, time to crown another champion down there in Victory Lane. Here at the Mighty Midway Championship night, the final race of the 2025 season. Give it up when he climbs out of that car, as he is not only your feature winner for your POWRi B-Mods, but he is your 2025 track champion Give it up for the 65 of Chris Jackson. All right, so Chris Jackson is your points champion for the 2025 season POWRi B mods. The 2 of Eric Graves comes in second for your point standings. And the man in third is going to be the 68 of Donnie Betts, who is not here tonight. So congratulations to our top three POWRi B mod drivers. for a little pure pandemonium with your POWRi Pure Stocks. And you ain't ever going to believe this front row. Their teammates on the pole is a 0 of your current points leader, James Reedus, and to his outside, the FAFO 2 of Austin Dixon. Row number 2 is going to be the 14 of Derek Davis and the 23 of Mark Simon. Row 3, you got the 195 of Tyler Dawson and the 19 of Trenton Houston. Row 4, going to be the 32 of Richard Adams and the 42 of Trevor Ellingson. And row number 5, going to be the 21 of Carson Groniger and the 13 of Greg Dykstra. All right, the track looks dandy. We're going to give them the one to go from the starter stand. We will be green flag next time by 15 laps with some pure pandemonium. Down the back stretch, they're going to go James Reedus, Austin Dixon on that front row. Derek Davis, Mark Simon, row number 2. Now that turn 4, green flag is in the air. James Reedus showing you why he's the current points leader as he jumps out to that early race lead. Here comes the 14 of Derek Davis, going to battle now with Austin Dixon for second. Dixon goes high. That lets Davis come around him on the bottom side, but only by about 3 cars. Down the back stretch, the field works in. Your top 6 cars throw a blanket on them, and you could actually throw a blanket on the whole field, as from about 3rd on back are all door-to-door, bumper-to-bumper. James Reedus out front, Derek Davis second. Mark Simon holds on to 3rd over the 2 of Austin Dixon, who's in 4th, and then Tyler Dawson, Trenton Houston back there for 5th and 6th, as it is going to be Trenton Houston at the stripe that time by. Out of turn 4, it is the 0 of James Reedus. Simon went way high up over the berm. Simon goes. Simon kept her rolling though. As Trent Houston now up to 4th. Austin Dixon shuffles back to 5th. Tyler Dawson now down to the bottom side of Austin Dixon. But out front it is that 0 of James Reedus, been in charge since the drop of green. Derek Davis in the 14 still trying to run him down. As they go down the back stretch into 3. Mark Simon sits in 3rd. Simon learned his lesson. Now he goes down to the bottom side through 3 and 4. Trenton Houston still trying to come around Simon. Austin Dixon holds off. Tyler Dawson there halfway home as we're going to get the cross sticks. Richard Adams back here holding off Trevor Ellingson. Carson Groniger trying to hold off Greg Dykstra. James Reed is your race leader. Again, he has been in charge since the drop of green. Hasn't looked back, hasn't lifted, hasn't slowed down. James Reed is your race leader. Still out front over the 14 and Derek Davis. Mark Simon sits in third. Over the 19 of Trenton Houston in fourth. Austin Dixon still holds on to fifth. We have gone single file except for Richard Adams and Trevor Ellingson, as them two are silhouetting it around the mighty Midway. Laps ticking down here in our POWRi Pure Stock feature. And Carson Groniger into the pits, the 21 into the pits, or not the pits, the infield I should say. He's going to be going to the pits, as it looks like his car is broke, and he will be done for this race. You see it right there. White flag is in the air. One more trip around for the 0 of James Reedus. Into 3 for the final time. Coming out of turn number 4. Checkered flag for the 0 of James Reedus. Derek Davis second and Mark Simon third. James Reed is going to lay a little smoke show. All right, time to crown another champion down there in Victory Lane here at the Mighty Midway Championship night. He's not only your feature winner for the championship night, but he is also your track champion for the 2025 season, the 0 of James Reedus. So as James Reedus is down there getting his picture taken in Victory Lane, again, like I said, he is not only the feature winner, but he is also your track champion for 2025. The man that come in second in your point standings for the 2025 season is right there in that green car. He is the 32 of Richard Adams. And the man in third is not here tonight, but we are going to give him a shout out. It is the 21 of Peyton McDowell. We have one more feature to go, and it is your POWRi Midwest Modified feature. On the pole, going to be the 25 of Eli Muhlenberg. And to his outside, your current points leader, the 83 of Ben Newell. Row number 2, going to be the 16A of Shannon Geller. And the 23 of Mark Simon. Row 3, going to be the 17 of Garrett Parker and the 27 of Terry Williams. Row 4, you got the 65 Junior of Carter Jackson and the 15R of Oakley Ragland. Row 5, going to be the 44R of Randall Cushing and the 7C of Derek Cook. And row number 6, all by his lonesome, the 25T of Austin Treadway. Lights are down, ladies and gentlemen. Green flag out of turn 4, Eli Muhlenberg. On the pole, current points leader Ben Newell, who is outside. Green flag is in the air. Don't forget, right after this, we got Powderpuff races followed by mechanic races. Mark Simon goes way high through 1 and 2. Ben Newell's got the lead going down into turn 3. Out of turn 4, 86 3 of Ben Newell, Eli Muhlenberg, Mark Simon, Shannon Geller. Oh, look out. Terry Williams goes around to the bottom of 1 and 2. And Austin Treadway is pulling off the speedway. Yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow for the 27 of Terry Williams as he looped it around in 1 and 2. Lights are down. We're going to be green flag when they come out of turn 4. Ben Newell, your race leader. Eli Muhlenberg, Mark Simon right there, second row. Green flag is in the air. Ben Newell leads them on down to 1 and 2. Mark Simon is hungry in both of his cars tonight, trying everything he can to get to the front. Eli Muhlenberg down to the bottom side of the speedway, holds on to second. Mark Simon going to follow your race leader around the top. Going to tiptoe through the tulips as Simon's going to move up to second. It's Ben Newell, Mark Simon, Eli Muhlenberg, your top 3. Shannon Geller, Garrett Parker, your top 5. Carter Jackson sits in 6, followed in by Oakley Ragland, Derek Cook, Terry Williams, and Randall Cushing. Simon. Oh, Simon goes way high into the wall. He goes, but is he going to save it? No, he does not. Yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Mark Simon went up a little too high through 3 and 4. He was pushing on the cushion too hard as he went up over the top. All right, so Ben Newell, your race leader. Shannon Geller was clocked in at second, so he gets to choose top or bottom. Eli Muhlenberg third. That rounds out your top 3. Mark Simon will go tailback as he was running second when he decided to jump the cushion and have a little dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. Or in this case, well, it was a red moon. Now it's not. Did anybody else see the moon tonight? Yeah, it was red, kind of creepy. Felt like going to a cemetery. And at turn 4, green flag is back in the air. Ben Newell goes right back up to the top shelf. Oh, Williams, Parker, Cushing, all getting tangled up down there in the bottom of 1 and 2. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. For the 17 of Garrett Parker, the 27 of Terry Williams, and the 44 of Randall Cushing. All right, so it is the 83 of Ben Newell out front. Then Shannon Geller, then Eli Muhlenberg. Followed by Oakley Ragland and Carter Jackson, your top 5. And we will do a single file restart. A single file restart is what we will do. All right, race fans, down the back stretch, they're going to go. Single file restart. Green flag is back in the air. It's Ben Newell leading on Shannon Geller down on the bottom side. Eli Muhlenberg holds on to third. Oakley Ragland fourth. Mark Simon still in fifth, trying to follow the race leader around the top side of the speedway. But I think something has bent or broke on that 23 machine of Mark Simon. He finally gets up and around the 15R of Oakley Ragland as he's going to move. Well, was going to move into fourth. Ragland takes it back out of 2 down the backstretch. Ben Newell out front, Geller, Muhlenberg. Simon sits in fourth. Ben Newell, your race leader, as he's been in charge since the drop of green, hasn't looked back. Shannon Geller had to work his way up there trying to catch him, and he's still trying to run him down. Mark Simon now trying to get into the top 3. Out of turn 4, Simon going to get to third. Down the backstretch, it's Ben Newell out front. As he is on cruise control around the top side of the speedway. Shannon Geller sits in second, catfishing down on the bottom side. Mark Simon following Ben Newell, going to go around the top all the way. Oakley Ragland now trying to get around Eli Muhlenberg. Simon does it again, goes up and over. And he parks it at the top of 3 and 4. Randall Cushing's coming through the infield as the yellow is out. Yellow. Yellow is out for the 23 of Mark Simon. That is 2 on Mark Simon. So per the rules, he will go pit side. His night is done. All right, 12 down, 3 to go. Ben Newell, your race leader. Single file restart so we can get these last 3 green flag laps in. Out of turn 4, green flag is going to be in the air. Ben Newell leads them down the back stretch. Oakley Ragland up to third, trying to get around Shannon Geller for second. As they come out of turn number 4, it's still Newell. Geller by a car length, and Ragland, Muhlenberg, Williams, Jackson, and Cushing. White flag gonna wave this time by for the 83 of Ben Newell. It's gonna be checkers and records for everybody else. Down to the 3 for the final time, the 2025 season. Checkered flag for the 83 of Ben Newell. Shannon Geller and Oakley Ragland, your top 3 for the feature. All right, race fans, we got more racing to do. We got Powderpuff races and mechanic races. But down there in Victory Lane, not only is he your feature winner, the final champion of the evening, but he is also the 2025 track champion here for the mighty Midway. As he climbs out of that car, give it up for the 83 of Ben Newell. Okay, so these Powderpuff races, mechanic races, are going to be 5 laps each. I got some drivers over there in staging that are going to apparently race in this Powderpuff race, but I don't have their names. So all right, it's going to be your Powderpuff. That's going to be the first one out. I have Melissa driving the 87 Hornet. It's blue. I got Dottie driving the 85J Hornet. Portia going to be driving the 3M Hornet. And then Michelle is going to be in the 14 Pure Stock.
about noon or one, probably noon.
I think that's what time we're gonna roll in there.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay, so I do not know who is in the 44. I do not know who is in the 42. But I do know the 14 is driven by someone named Michelle. And Cody Crabtree's wife is in the modified. Flag is in the air here for Powderpuff races at the Mighty Midway. The 44 out front, one of our Hornet cars. Trevor Ellington sits there in second. Well, Trevor Ellington's car sits there in second. Michelle sits there in third, and Cody Crabtree's wife in that number 4 spot. White flag, one more trip around for the 44. Whoever it may be, our mystery driver. Out of turn 4, checkered flag waves for the 44 car. And then you got the 42, and then Michelle in the 14. Cody Crabtree's wife gets 4th. Hey, I think I'm going to run down there and jump on that car as it comes down the front stretch. So hop along, just stay there. I can't even see the car. All I see is people. And here's the bad part. I don't even know who's driving it. That's an interesting way to get to victory lane. I'll be honest with you, that's a first for me. I've never seen someone actually hit victory lane. So apparently they told her, hey, you need to hit victory lane. And guess what? She literally did. So give it up for your Powderpuff champion, the driver of the 44 car. All right, now we got mechanics races. There's the 90, the 14C. I do not have names for these drivers. All right, modified mechanics. Going green out of 4. The 90, the 14. Green flag is in the air. Oh no! So the 14 got a little wild. Kind of made contact with the 90 there as they come out of turn 4 on the start. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. The 90, your race leader, the 14 in second. White flag waves for the 90 car and their mystery driver. Oh, the 14 goes around on the front stretch. Oh, the 90 goes around over there in turn 3 and 4. Get out of your cars and foot race. Foot race to the finish line. Here comes the 90 to the checkered flag.
all good. I was just poking fun. It's all good. I know. Yeah, Tim was texting Ronnie Monday night like that. Said, hey, something's not right. Yeah. It's all good, brother.
So give it up for the 90 and its driver for our first mechanics feature. Stock, Jeff in the pure stock, and Johnny driving a pure stock. So I got one Hornet, the 28J, and then 3 pure stocks, the 0, the 2, and the 32. This is going to be interesting because I think I got 6 cars sitting in staging. All right, so I do not have the 42 on my sign-up sheet, or the 44. I don't have the 44 Hornet, or the 14. I am missing the 28J, and that's the only car I'm missing from my sign-up sheet. Green flag is in the air. Oh, the 32 goes around at the bottom of 1 and 2. And the 14 almost loops it around too. But we stay rolling. Oh, we're moving, we're moving. We are staying green, ladies and gentlemen. And the 0 down here trying to take a shortcut. It don't work. This ain't Mario Kart. 0 back out onto the track, kind of looking more like an enduro race than a mechanics race. And the 14's around. Look out, the 0 coming around again. But again, we're staying rolling. Oh, the 32 and the 14 getting together up here. Oh, but they're going to stay straight. We are no, there goes the 32 around in 1 and 2. He didn't bring out a caution the first time. Will he do it this time? Nope, he's rolling. I don't even know who's in the lead, to be honest with you. So white flag for the 42, as that is our current leader. Down the backstretch for the final time, into 3. Coming out of turn 4, checkered flag waves for the 42 and its driver. Oh, the 32 goes around. Oh, the 2 hit the tire. Oh, the 4-baner going to pass the 2 car at the stripe. All right, so it is time for the final champion of the evening. And that is in your mechanics race full body cars. So when they climb out of this hot rod, make some noise for the driver of the 42. And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you still in attendance, I want to thank you all for an amazing year of dirt track racing here at the mighty Midway. And for the final time, y'all be safe, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you next time.